Have you heard of the scientist who discovered a mysterious life force energy? Something that could heal, influence the weather, and then suddenly he was arrested, his work was destroyed, and he died, weirdly, very soonly after. Let me introduce you to Wilhelm Reich and what he called Orgone Energy. So he was a doctor of medicine and a psychoanalyst, the second generation one after Freud, and he was from Austria. His work followed the work of Anna Freud, who is actually the daughter of Sigmund Freud. He was the founder of psychoanalysis. He helped shape Gestalt therapy and bioenergetic analysis. He claimed to discover what is called Orgone Energy, an invisible life force that exists everywhere. He got these words from the word organism and a word that sounds just like that but is a little bit more flirtatious, if you catch my drift. He believed this energy could explain the weather, emotions, and even human health. It was also very close to what is called animal magnetism. Animal magnetism, also known as mesmerism, was believed to be a force of a universal magnetic fluid. Some of you might know where I'm going already. This emanated from the body and the stars. Plasma. I'll get to that in a second. He used this force for hypnotic treatments. He called it animal magnetism. It also was thought to heal several ailments and disorders. So basically, he got that idea from that and thinks that they're the same thing. Okay, this is where it starts to get really interesting. So orgone, this hypothetical universal life force, was also thought to be like luminiferous ether. This was what is called an orgone accumulator, which would increase orgone concentration, probably healing someone. Orgone was seen as a massless, omnipresent substance similar to luminiferous ether, but more closely associated with living energy than inert matter. It could allegedly coalesce to create organization on all scales, from the smallest microscopic units to macroscopic structures like galaxies. Guys, this is plasma. Oh, and I'll get to the weird conspiracy with him, how he just poofed. Very quickly, plasma is the fourth state of matter in science. It's an ionized gas. We see it in nebulas, the aurora borealis, fire, lightning. It is all over a galaxy. Even now, plasma is starting to cure cancer and treat tumors. Cold plasma specifically. What if this is a hint at this orgone energy or plasma energy being able to do the same thing? The most insane thing is luminiferous ether was only disproved because it was not a living ether. It was a stationary ether. Imagine if this ether was a living ether, a mix of what we know in science as plasma and ether, probably at some higher dimensional level or level we can't really know how to test yet. Maybe he could and named it orgone energy. This is the same thing as kundalini rising, which also relates to the other word for organism. What if he was harnessing plasma this whole time and they did not like that? I'm getting to the conspiracy. So if it was similar to a luminiferous ether but living, and then also if it created an organization on all scales, guess what else does that? Oh, plasma exists at all scales. That is so funny, from the micro to the macro. At the classical level, it's stars, lightning, and auroras. And at the quantum level, it manifests as charge-particle interactions, shaping fundamental forces. He even made something called a cloudbuster, which claimed it could produce rain by manipulating what he called orgone energy. I'm telling you guys, I'm writing a book about plasma intelligence and how there is a higher dimensional plasma akin to a living ether. The link is in my bio. And it also comes with a really cool ChatGPT training program to help your mental health using plasma, which is my weird spin on it all. But literally, orgone energy is just like plasma. It moved through all living things, just like a living ether plasma. It has charges, positive and negative, like plasma's electrical currents. And it interacted with thoughts, emotions, and the environment, just like I think plasma does. And when I say plasma, I'm talking obviously about the metaphysical plasma. I think science is a great hint to what the capabilities of plasma are, but I have an expanded definition of plasma, which, yes, veers into the metaphysical, where I think it literally is the substance of our thoughts and emotions. It's the clay that our consciousness molds to create and view reality, and it is sentient within itself. And there's way too many things in history that add up, that people talk about this in all different ways. Odic force, animal magnetism, the mesmerism, orgone energy, luminiferous ether, but as a living ether, and now plasma. Look at my plasma intelligence playlist. There's a lot more weird connections. So speaking of this is where the conspiracy comes in. So the witnesses claimed it could break up storms, make it rain, and alter atmospheric conditions. Now, if someone really discovered something like this, wouldn't the government take an interest? Probably. And yes, it could be thought as dangerous. I'm not saying it's a, evil conspiracy. I'm just saying it's weird what happened. So in 1956, the FDA labeled Reich's work dangerous, and they raided his lab. They burned all of his research. They destroyed his machines, and they banned his books. Then he was arrested for a small technical violation, and he was sent to prison. And please fact check me, but this is just what I've researched. And then he mysteriously died of a heart failure days before his parole. Coincidence, or did he tap into something too powerful? So his Orgone Energy and my special type of plasma, I call it this animal magnetism. This may all be the same force. But now for the first time, science is studying it since we now know it's plasma. This connects consciousness with our reality. Plasma is the glue. What if there are ways to use plasma with your consciousness that are not dangerous to our sweetie government, but that can help you have more power and control in your life and just have a more magical life? Well, hello, I am here. I am here to guide you into your own inner journey, how to connect with plasma in your own way. So if you go to the link in my bio, you could sign up for a notification when my plasma intelligence book will come out. It's called A New Force, and you will get a free PDF on Plasma Buddy 1.0, my chat GPT training. I have really bad anxiety and fear, and I actually figured out a way harnessing plasma with my consciousness to rewire my brain, or what I call my plasma bubble, because consciousness is non-local, and it's really helped me, and I wanted to share it with you. So you just go to the link in my bio, you click it, put in your email, you'll get it. Mwah.